greatest British manager ever. 13 Premier League titles, 5 FA Cups, 2 times Champions League winner, 1 FIFA Club World Cup, and many more. He developed legends. He nurtured a World Player of the Year. He bought players who became legends. But every manager does a dud signing, so here's my Sir Alex Ferguson's worst 11. First thing we need is a manager. There can be no other apart from the chosen one, David Moyes. Moyes was only in charge for 10 months. Moyes had only won 5 points from possible 24 games against their bitter rivals Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal and Chelsea. And in that same season he finished 7th. Next we need a keeper. There has been many keepers that I would have chosen, such as Fabian Barthez. Unfortunately he doesn't exist in this game. But someone who does is Roy Carroll. This guy could never be trusted with the #1 jersey after some really bad fumbles, including the infamous one against Spurs at Old Trafford. Okay, time for defenders. The problem with this was the defenders that I wanted didn't exist in this game, so this is a makeshift defense. So the first person that I've chosen is Fábio. He wasn't awful, but he never had a chance to play. He was always in the shadow of Patrice Evra, and because of his lack of chances to play, Sir Alex Ferguson loaned him off to provide him with more first team experience, which he would never get at Old Trafford. He made a total of 56 appearances. He's the only defender that we got in this ultimate team. Next up, Anderson. This guy had real potential, but then after injuries upon injuries, he just went downhill. Then finally he got loaned off to Fiorentina. My final guy is Liam Miller. He moved from Celtic to Man United, so Alex sent him to United legend Brian McClare in terms of intelligence and passing, but he didn't make much of an impact and his career has free-fallen more rapidly than Felix. So that's defence sorted. Let's start with midfield. Alan Smith. This guy had potential. He could have been the next Roy Keane, but just like Anderson, he was rocked with numerous injuries, including a broken leg. Then he was offloaded to Newcastle 3 years later, July 12, 2001. He became the most expensive transfer in English football at that time for a whopping £28.1 million. His name was Juan Sebastián Verón. His price tag was the most epic thing about him. Eventually he moved to Chelsea a few years later for a cut price of £13 million. Moving on, Gabriel Obertan. Nothing much to say about this guy. He was bought for £3 million, but I can't remember what he did there. His best position for Man United was on the bench. After spending 2 years at United, he moved to Newcastle to sit on their bench. Bebe. Where do I start with this guy? Man United paid around 7.4 million, but it was actually worth £125,000. For value for money, this guy was probably the worst transfer ever, but to defend Alex Ferguson, he never actually saw this player play. He was recommended to Alex by his scouts. He joined Man United in 2010. He spent a year at Man United, and ever since then, until this very day, he's been loaned off to various clubs. Next up, Diego Forlán. To sum up his Man United career, just watch this. And you thought Torres' miss was bad. That basically sums up his career at Man United. But as soon as he left Man United, he became one of the most potent strikers around. David Bellion. He was one of the original pace horrors. This guy could run fast. When he was younger, he was a talented athlete and he used that skill in football. But too bad he didn't have any football skills to go along with it. And the final piece to our puzzle is Dimitar Berbatov. He cost just under 31 million. The most expensive player on this ultimate team. This guy was either a hero or a flop to United fans. Some would say he's majestic. Others would say lazy, some would say breathtaking, but some would say moody. A reporter asked Sir Alex about Berbatov and his response was, I don't think Dimitar was a failure. He did a great job, but the problem was he had so many choices and his age played against him. This is my team. What do you geezers think about this? Who would you add? Who would you take away? Even if they're not in this game, who would you have added? Or if they are in this game, who would you swap them with? Let me know in the comments below. As I built this one, there's no harm in playing 1 or 2 games. So let's go. Our first opponent, Sparkle FC. What the f***? Why do this to me, EA? My team has a rating of 61, chemistry 27, compared to this team with 2 inform cards and a pace horror Abreu. Anyways, let's go. I have to use all the little tricks in the books to win this one, like from kickoff, the classic FIFA 14 lob through ball pass. Let's do it. It's finally worked. This shit team has done it. This team hasn't done it. Bellion, you stupid c***. Maybe this is a sign that I'm going to score more goals. No, he scores from a header and another one. 2-0 half time and I'm getting destroyed. Lol. He's got 7 shots, 6 on target. Look at my one, 0 shots. I don't know how it's 50-50, but I think it's time for some super subs. Let's do this. First thing, change formation. Yeah, this is working. Move some players about. Yes. Bring on second half. Look at this guy trying to do LBY pass. Do you think that's gonna work against me? Bang! That's it, Carroll. Punch that ball away. Hurry the f up. Why was Carroll moonwalking back to the goal? Okay, Carroll. I might have been a bit harsh. Everybody makes mistakes. Get him. Get him. Why are you getting him? You've done it again, Carroll. What's wrong with you? Don't you have any pace? Full time, 5-0. I deserve a rematch. Next opponent, FC Bryn. Come on, EA, not another one. Okay, anyway, let's go. It can't get any worse, can it? Half time, same again. 0 shots on target for us. Bring on second half. Leeds they only conceded 1 goal second half. I think that's enough for today. Why am I not surprised? This was Sir Alex's worst 11, so what did I expect? Oh shit, Force is going Super Saiyan.